It's recording and shit, but it ain't live yet.
Smooth. Thanks, man. It just feels good. Oh, the breeze coming here. Okay. No, it's too slow.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Bring it out that way.
Little niggas.
Said something.
Remember the big ass circus.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, brought that hoodie. I know I didn't need it earlier, but I knew I needed it.
Bring out the detox.
It was 8-11.
You gonna get that phone?
Title again?
Locked in or get locked out.
Locked in or get locked out. Yeah, locked in. That's what. Wow. Nice little kidney shot.
Alright, it's public. Yeah.
Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Number one is to the apostle of GreatMillStone. And shalom to like out there doing this work of faith, live with love, truth, sincerity. Those brothers, GreatMillStone, Faith in New Jersey / pray for a few days. We're coming with the weekly sit down, and today's title
Lock in or get locked out.
Yeah, lock in or get locked out. You know, just pertaining to this truth and the spirit that we ought to be in. You know, so
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, Yahawah cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
Hey, so that's a perfect example right there of lock in or get locked out. Because literally, if you don't lock in, hey, what, you going to get your blood spilled all upon the earth, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When Yahawashi come with them holy angels, man. You know, but we looking to get locked in. What, we looking for that door to close right behind us after we get onto them chariots. That's what we looking for, man. That's the whole purpose of the title, the lock in. That's the whole purpose of why we do what we do. Because we looking for that rest. We looking for that salvation. We looking for our heart's desires. That's only going to come by us doing what the Lord requires us to do, man. And that's our job, is to teach out here on the highways and byways, week in and week out, do our weekly show, you know.
And two, it's a get down family purpose, man. You know, if you haven't downloaded these videos, you ain't watching them brothers apostles videos, and you ain't really studying the scriptures and learning, you know, the different breakdowns and things like that, the prophecies, which is important. And what? You're gonna basically locked out of what? Salvation, man. You know, because one thing, if you take that chip, you know, it's heavy prophesied amongst GreatMillStone, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Yahawashi, we push, hey, don't take the chip, man. Don't take the mark of the beast. And if you're going to take it, you know, that's on you because you didn't lock in.
Yeah, Con, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to take out of sleep, for our salvation is nearer than when we believe." You know, and that's right. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe, and this is stated 1,000 years ago. So how much so now? You know, you got to utilize this time to come back to the ways of the Yahawashi now. Mercy is going to be taken, and you're going to be left with damnation and destruction, man. So, you know, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain with the congregation of the dead, right? So if you don't have this truth, then you're just dead, man. You know, you were born in vain. You know, you're walking around, and you ain't going nowhere doing nothing, man. You know?
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 38. But as in the days, verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. But as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. You know, and that's generally what's going to happen in these last days, because here it is, Yahawashi is reiterating the history. And that's one thing, you know, these devils don't like to, you know, make known to the general public, you know, the history of the scriptures, or they like to just generalize the scriptures as one big history book. You know, they try to claim the prophecies that's actually written is already history. You know what I'm saying? As if these things are already past. So live how you want to live. You know, because if people held to a standard, like, if you take the chip, you know, you're going to receive thermonuclear destruction. Or if you commit an adultery, you know, your blood will be shed, you know, by the hands of BaHaSham Yahawashi. However, they look at the law, statutes, commandments as if it's done and away with, as if that was a thing of the past. When the Lord is holding the law, statutes, commandments accountable, or holding you accountable for the law, statutes, commandments to this very day, man. You know, we are held accountable for our actions. And if you go contrary to the word that's written and the laws that were written within the scriptures, the Lord will judge you upon it. However, this devil, he doesn't want to make that known unto you. You know, he doesn't want to promote that within these 501c3 charter churches. You know, because why? They live by that Aleister Crowley type of vibration. You know, do as thou wilt. If it feels good, do it. The whole YOLO spirit. You know, there's no reason why that song went #1. You know, because they're promoting that vibration, you know, to live wicked, you know, in the society, because ultimately this devil loves company, because he's miserable. Like the old saying goes, misery loves company. So he's trying to take as most people down with him as he can. You know?
The average person is locked in the wrong manner.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
The average person locked in the wrong manner.
That's right.
You locked in so that you're gonna get locked out when the Lord come back, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful how, like, I call that like the manifold ways of the Most High, because Most High take one thing, like how you say, like kill two birds with one stone,
yeah.
and like things that pretty much mirror each other on both ends of the spectrum, man. Only the Lord can create something that beautiful, man. You know, because at one end it's going to be beautiful for us, Lord willing, to be locked in, you know, into the chariots receiving salvation, and at the same time it's going to be beautiful to see the people of the world, you know, that's locked in this world be destroyed, man.
That's right.
You know, so it's beauty on both sides.
Hell, they got that movie called Belly, right? Belly is here it is. Even when you look up that word Matrix means womb. You know, and essentially, you know, that movie Belly is interchangeable with womb. You know, the Matrix, because what? Essentially, they was trapped in what? Drug dealing. They was trapped, you know, in a lavish lifestyle, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So, for the simple fact that they were trapped in that frame of mind, you know, you see, you know, but you see how they try to keep you asleep by saying, oh, we gotta go to Africa. Yeah. No, I want to go to Africa. Yeah. I mean, to pretty much escape the madness that was going on in his environment. You know what I'm saying? And here it is, you know, DMX, you know, his escape was what? Finding Islam. They're both dead ends, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're both dead ends. It's still a trap. You know, you're still in the womb of this devil. You're still in the belly of the beast, man. You know? But the only way that you can escape is through the spirit and power of BaHaSham Yahawashi. You got to lock in with him so you don't get locked out of them chariots when all hell breaks loose in this society, man. You know?
I got some. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 35. In this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. So see, just as the brother was going into, man, you know, because all these different religions is really mainly a distraction, man. A distraction from the true and living power, all right, which is Yahawah, BaHaSham, man. All right, the power of Israel. You know, so if you ain't anything else, ultimately you're upon you're meddling with a damn distraction, man. Okay, and it also goes into how we can't get caught up, like Micah 2:10. This is not your rest.
That's spirit.
You know, calm.
Got that right here. You got it. Just real quick, I was gonna bring it out. It's Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction.
Yeah, so everything that is a distraction is basically really folly, man. And it's like the brother read, it shall lead you to a sort of destruction, man. So you're gonna be destroyed, man, because you haven't locked in the word. Well, really, you haven't locked into the spirit and power of Yahawah, BaHaSham, man. You don't know who you are as a people. You're still calling yourself a black or Hispanic, Latino, Native Indian. You know, you don't know the name of the Lord, so you're still calling upon Jesus and Jesus, or you got some type of man philosophy, false philosophy. You know, you still think the world revolves around how you feel. You know, you may still have this American dream, you know, to be this in this world. Well, Yahawashi said the fashion of this world shall pass away. And as the brother read the scripture, he said, it shall lead you to what? A sore destruction, man. You know? So you gotta lock in. Lock in.
I got some here, it's a locking scripture right here. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
That's why it's important also to lock in. Because when the perils, this brother, like he said earlier, when the perils, all right, shall come, all right, the evil times, the Lord said he will keep you from the hour of temptation. And if you're not locked in, you ain't gonna know what the hours of temptation is, man. You know?
I want to focus on that word of my patience. When you go into that, it's hapamone, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty to faith and piety by even the greatest trials and sufferings. You know, that's deep, man.
Greatest trials and suffering.
You know, basically patient, steadfast, and waiting for. You know, and us keeping dear to this word, man, and staying on track.
Hey, notice it said greatest trials, sufferings. We haven't went through we haven't went through our greatest trial yet, man. The trying of our faith. We haven't went through it yet. You know, the suffering. We haven't went through the greatest suffering yet. You know, for the trial of our faith, man. You know.
Hey, guess what? Even when that particular suffering comes, it still can't compare to the glory which shall be revealed in us, pursuant to Romans 8 and 18. You know what I'm saying? That should be the golden ticket right there that should hold you firm. Because no matter what you're going through is going to be able to compare to what the Lord is going to bless us with in the kingdom of heaven, man. Why? And you know what makes it incomparable? Because this situation that we're in is temporary. The situation that we're going to receive is permanent, man. It's everlasting. That's why they don't compare. You know, man?
And just land back on the brother with the same scripture with Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. The word temptation, you know, of the condition of things or a mental state by which we are enticed to sin or to a lapse from faith and holiness, you know, and that's that temptation, man, that we're trying to keep from, right? And that's that adversity, affliction, trouble sent by the Most High, and serving to test or prove one's character, faith, and holiness. You see?
And that goes to show that this battle that we're in is more mental. You know, this battle is mental first and foremost. Because if you have a small mind, not only that, but if you have a weak mind, you're not going to be able to prevail through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. If you're letting the smallest thing get to you, you're even letting a woman get to you. You know what I'm saying? And those are nothing but agents of Satan getting you to swerve from your mission, man. Because it's about getting you to lash out and putting you in a deeper bondage to where you can't serve the Lord anymore. That's the general purpose for Satan's angels, man. You know, to deter you from your path of truth. You know, so that's why the Lord said, make not haste in time of trouble. You know what I'm saying, if you don't make haste in time of trouble, that means you're not being ruled by your emotions. The scriptures also speak upon how, what's that? I want to say Proverbs 25, 28, if I'm not mistaken. You got to be in control of your spirit.
Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
That's what means easily infiltrated, man. Easily invaded. You know what I'm saying? Easily distracted. You know, so if you have rule over your own spirit, if you have self-control, if you have temperance, none of Satan's devices can overthrow you, man. You know, so here it is, you know, in the ancient world, you know, when they would have, you know, different wars of that nature, they will have a barrier. You know, they will have a barrier, they'll have a tower to see the enemy coming. However, America is the city of unwalled villages. It's easy to be infiltrated. So you don't want to be that vessel, you know what I'm saying, in this truth that's easily to be infiltrated. You know, because like the brother said, read that one more time.
Yep. It says on Proverbs 25 and 28, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Broken down without walls, meaning what? Useless.
Ain't no protection.
Ain't no protection, man. Right. Everybody's gonna run over you. Yeah.
And like a city that's broken down without walls, like too, you could look at it to where like a city, right? It has a tower. You always have a guy looking out, you know, to see ahead, see what's going on. You know, and a quote I like to think of is like Bruce Lee, when he was teaching a kid, he was telling him basically look at my finger. He was saying like if you look at basically if you focus on what's in front of you, you miss all the heavenly glory that's around you, man. And that's basically how this truth is, man. Like when you go into the book of 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, it was basically saying like you take me out of this life, but you know I'll look forward to the life to come, man. So you can't focus on what's in front of you, man. Like the Akim was saying, locked in. You know what I'm saying? Before you get locked out, man. Locked into what's actually going on in the spirit.
Because the scriptures say what? Hope that is seen, it's not hope. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you focus on something that's in front of you, you know, the whole message. You know what I'm saying? You're missing the kingdom essentially. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we don't let this bullshit bother us, because we see beyond this. Sky is not the limit to the true men of the Lord, man.
Bring this out real quick based off what y'all was saying. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8, and I started verse 5. It says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom, that worketh all things? And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? And if a man loveth righteousness, her labors are virtues. Meaning what? Her labors are virtues. Meaning the labor that you are going through to obtain wisdom are virtues. And we always say the word virtues, the root word is vir, which means to be a man or to be manly. So the laboring to obtain wisdom proves forth that you are a man, man. Right. Of high esteem, because what? You become a man of the Lord when you're seeking after the Lord's wisdom, man. And it's going to bring these things about within your character, you know, right? It says, and if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teacheth temperance, how the brother was just saying, and prudence, which, you know, go into being circumspect, justice, and right and exact, and fortitude, what that mindset, how the brother said, you ain't supposed to let nothing be able to break you, in the scriptures say, or what shall separate us from the love of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So that's all of that. Yeah, let no man take our crown. So all of this goes into that pot, man. All of this goes into the pot of the Lord to build you up as your character, man. And this is going to show who's standing for the Lord and who's not, who's locked in and who isn't. You know? Which are such things as men can do nothing more profitable in their life. So, exactly. Right, $1, right? Yeah. Everybody $1, right? Come on, let the door. Lord, make $1 real quick, you know?
Trying to make it gain.
Yeah, one last verse real quick. If a man desireth much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. So how the brother was just saying, right? You focus on what's in front of you, you're going to miss all the heavenly glory. So reading that, it said, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. So we not just looking at just what's in front of us. We see the total aspect of everything, man.
Right.
That's how we know what is to come, man.
And another thing too, if you know the past, you can have an assumption of the future.
Exactly what the history repeats itself. You know what I'm saying?
And that gives a man an ultimate of wisdom.
Yeah.
So now when you learn these things as you grow up, you can teach others.
Exactly.
King David, he spoke about that, I believe in Psalms 50, toward the end. He said, when I went off, he said, Lord, now at least if you forgive me, I can teach others not to go off the way I did. That's wisdom.
Exactly. And then what Proverbs 17, it said not that I labor for myself only, but for all those who seek learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we do this all for one another. But let me just finish this verse out real quick. If a man desireth much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of seasons and times.
And that's ultimately the wisdom which the Lord gives to his elect. The seasons and times. This is why he said, you brothers know, 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. I go, you got it right. You had no need, the seasons, you already know. Right.
Yes, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 18. Brothers can chime in. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that they may see.
And that's the point. You got it. I was gonna say that's the point. You locking in because you asking the Lord for forgiveness. You locking in. You studying. You knowing what's coming. You be in that watchtower so that your shame don't show. Can you read it again, BaHaSham?
Yeah.
That's another thing why you want to lock in. Ask the Lord for repentance so the Lord can forgive you. So when that time when the Lord bringeth his wrath, your shame don't come up, man.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire. And
various other scriptures that tell you that we're pieces of gold, man. And we're tried in the fire to see whether we are of that piece of gold. See, we of that good value of great men. Right?
That thou mayest be rich and right raiment.
And how are these men are rich? They're rich in the knowledge, man. They're rich in the understanding. That's really the true riches. Riches is not the Federal Reserve note or, riches are gold and silver, but the true riches is wisdom. Yeah. That's why Solomon, you read in this story, Solomon, he asked for the wisdom, so he could govern Israel in the right manner, and he received everything.
It also says in Ecclesiastes 10 and 6, the rich sitting on low places.
With the wisdom, there's nothing that you can't attain. If you got the wisdom, there's nothing that's beyond your reach, beyond your grasp, if you have the wisdom.
Because if you just ask for riches, you can have rich, but you ain't got no wisdom, so you'll lose all your riches.
Exactly.
But if you have the wisdom, you can always stay rich because you have the wisdom.
Exactly.
You know how to get it.
If you lost it tomorrow just by chance, the Lord just made something happen, you're going to get it right back. You're going to find a way.
I just got done watching that movie Casino. And you had Ace's wife that pretty much stole like $2 million dollars. She went off, and a month later they spent all the money, and she died of a hot shot in some rinky-dink hotel, man. You got the riches, but that doesn't mean that you're in a good estate.
And then even though he didn't get back to that high stature, he was still able to go back home and still make money off of what he did because he know how to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Saying that he was in business.
Yeah, exactly.
When you got the formula,
everybody want the recipe.
and a formula, you have to use order within the formula. Unless the recipe ain't gonna be right. You use too much or use too little. So if we follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, we can't go wrong, man.
And it's balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say for a false balance is an abomination to the Lord.
Right.
So look, you can't be too righteous in this truth.
Right.
You can't be wicked in this truth. You got to be in the middle. That's why we subject to sin. Because that keeps us in pocket, man. Here it is, if you so righteous, you're going to boast like them wicked-ass Pharisees. You know what I'm saying?
And then, if you was to actually fall, you're going to fall hard.
Exactly.
And possibly not get the fuck back up. So the Lord keep us in that fine balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you make a statement like a man that fell out. He said, if I'm already elect, why I gotta keep teaching?
Right.
You know?
See, that's a man that's plagued in the mind. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart. That's a plague of the heart, man.
You know, coming back from that shit.
Finish it up, right? Hey, that white raiment, man, that's not garments, man. You know, we just that don't wedding garments, man. You know? Right?
Hey,
It
that's
says,
preparation right there, man. As I said, I counsel thee
Yeah.
to find me this person. And that means by the time Yahawah comes back, he's already ready.
right? And white raiment, thou mayest be clothed. And that name of thy nakedness do not appear. And only thy face with eyes of, thou mayest see.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, that we may see, because we can see.
You know, because here it is, that shame is you not having the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You not knowing the name of the Lord, nor his son. You not understanding who the Gentiles are, who the Apostle Paul went to. If you're not privy to that information, you're alluding to shame, man. And with shame comes death and destruction. You know, first and foremost, this is the embarrassment. Followed after that is the death and destruction, man.
And guess what? When your shame come up, everyone's going to see it.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be, it's just me. You know, nobody knows that. Only the Lord knows. Nah, the Lord is going to expose the world. He's going to expose all the 2/3 Israelites, man.
Hey, and even when that man that came to the wedding without that garment, man, right? He was speechless, man. You know, and he was in front of the congregation. You know, and the Lord asked him, hey, friend, you have no garment on.
Right.
You know? Right? I got
never
some.
knew.
Yeah, I got some. This is Isaiah 55:1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Because that's the tricky part of the scriptures, if you will. Because what are you supposed to buy with? Your time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing. You either got money or you got time. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know, people with money got time. People with time, they got no money. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So for the simple fact that the Lord chose the poor of this world but rich in faith, we got nothing but time. So that's why we got to sacrifice unto the Lord and get right.
You gotta
Lock in.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful segue into the next verse here, right? At that time, right? Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good. You know, staying within this truth, staying within this word, and eating up this road, man, and putting in that time, right? Putting in that work, right?
Another thing,
You know?
key word you said there, labor.
Labor.
In order to labor, you have to give for what? Time.
Yeah, it says.
That's that scripture in Psalm 38.
Yeah, you had some goddamn.
Bring it out.
This is also Rawchaa chapter 38, verse 24. It says, the wisdom of the learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise.
Hey, man, when you are hearkening to reading, man, you get into the real deep depthness of this scriptures, man. Because the Lord starts something with you, man. Start reading, man. Keep reading. We got to stay on that. That's that thing right there, man. Hey, man, we're going through hell during the week, you know, and the best thing for us to do, man, is to open up the book, man, and start reading. Hey, not even have a in your head, a spirit, man, that to a lesson in your head right now, but start reading, man. Hey, that's a good go get it.
Brothers gotta be into this. Brothers gotta be spiritual. You know, that's what we are supposed to be spiritual. So you may not have something planned, but you gotta be spiritually minded. You know what? I'm just gonna open up and just read. And then next thing you know, you just start reading. Then you like, hold up, what that mean? You look this up, and then you find yourself into a subject, and you be like, oh shit, you look this up, yeah. And next thing you know, when you think about it, you're like, oh, so now, when you're gonna do a show, you talk about what you just read, you know?
Everything needs a plug. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. The word is a plug. It's our battery pack. You know what I'm saying? You may have it those times so where you want 100%. You know what I'm saying? Ideas is coming to you, lessons is coming to you. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes on, you know what I'm saying, you stop having those ideas, you know what I'm saying? So what you gotta do? You gotta charge up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta charge up to get back right. And how do you charge up with the scriptures?
Another thing too, in the same time that you being spiritually minded, you got to learn to trust the Lord, man. Yeah. You got to trust that the Lord is going to make a way for you to escape, make a way for you to make a subject, make a way for you to do a scripture, make a way for you to be safe. You gotta not only you got to trust, man. That's what I want to put. You got to trust in the Lord too.
Has any of you ever trust in the Lord and has been confounded?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, the scripture say, blessed is he that reading, and also says, study to show yourself approved.
Yeah.
So you should be studying anyway. You should be I feel like brushing up on this topic or whatever. And as you brushing up on the topic, that's a lesson right there as well. Then the scriptures also say, be a watchman. So all you got to do is really just click on RT, and that's a lesson right there as well, man.
Hey, and that's actually a complete circuit, man. When you go into electrical, it's a cord. You have a neutral, a hot, and a ground. So that's like your brother said. You always hot, and then sometimes the neutral comes in to where you might not have a preset, or you just remember the scriptures, man. And there's a balance to it, man. Then the ground, it brings you all back to earth, man.
The scripture say the ground.
Hey, where's the electrician?
Hey, it's beautiful, man, because the word is already in us, man. We have that energy, and we just gotta recharge and plug into the power source, man. The scriptures, right? To finish it up, right? It says, "Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness." Hey, man, we're rich with this word, man. This is the fatness of the earth right here, man.
Hey, this brother, you said soul food. Yeah. The real soul food is the scriptures. Because it's soul, but it's food. And it don't give you the nigga I ain't accepted. It enlightens you.
And this is something right here too, right? Last verse, right? Verse 3. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
He said, hear, and your soul shall live.
I can't hear Jimmy though.
Something real quick.
So that's a problem with you white people. You listen.
You're not hearing what you
Real quick.
Hey, I read the Bible 2 times.
No,
back and forth.
Real quick is 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High. Inspired. Where that come from? What? Inspired from breath.
Yeah.
Which time in 724. You know what I'm saying? All things. Somebody grab me real quick.
Hey, because even going back to Genesis 2:7, the scripture saying how the Lord breathed into him and man became a living soul. Man. That breath it was talking about was the word. And that's when, the beginning when the Lord was making all creation.
Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
Well, she said wisdom is forever moving, right? Because wisdom is always forever. It's always something you can get wisdom from. You never get too old for wisdom. Wisdom been from the beginning. Even when in the kingdom, we're gonna be made perfect. We're still gonna be in the learning of wisdom, man.
Yeah, all you gotta do is pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You drive and get a lesson. Just look at these 2/3 niggas. You know what I'm saying? And get a lesson.
Exactly.
Wisdom in everything.
You want to watch Discovery Channel? Just look out your window if you in the hood. You got the hyenas, you got the gazelles, see the lion chasing them. You got the poor This is
Dragon.
For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
Right, so she go through all things by reason of her pureness. That's how we are inspired, because it's the breath that's constantly flowing through our minds, man. That's why the scriptures say, talk about what the rivers of living water, you know, because they constantly flowing within our minds to give us that sustenance that we need in the spirit to bring out the word. Morning.
For she is the breath of the power. For she is the breath of the power of God and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
Right, so the definition of us being inspired, or that scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, because the Most High is putting his breath, his word in the man. That's what people don't understand. That's why I said that 1 Thessalonians 4, he so therefore that despiseth you, despiseth man, despiseth me also. You know, so like when we out here speaking, people feel as though, oh, that you just a man, you just a man. We holy men of the Most High. That you obviously not recognizing, that's why you despising us. But why you despising us, you actually despising the Lord. Because he done put the inspiration, the breath in us to come out and speak this word, man. You know?
It says, but she is the... Just move up. Just move up, brother. Just move up. Yeah. For she is the breath of the power of God and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no undefiled thing fall unto her.
All right, so nothing that comes out of our mouth is going to be defiled, man. Because it's the Most High's word. It's pure. Everything about it is going to be pure. And what we teach, pure doctrine, man. Not like these other guys out here, man. Everything is thus saith the Lord, period, man. Let me go back to this real quick. 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and it's profitable for doctrine. So what we doing is profitable, man. What? To the saving of your souls, man. You know, the doctrine. Everything comes with a certain type of dogma or doctrine, if you will, man. The Lord's got his doctrine, man. You know, that's 100% true. For reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So this whole thing keeps us in proper perspective of how we are to be mentally, how we are to look at the ways of this world, and for us to properly know how to set things in order within our life, man. This is going to be profitable for everything in your life if people will only take the time to try to acclimate their little Peabody-ass brains to the word of the Lord, man. You'll see that, man. You know?
And you know who's learning? These Edomites. You know, they're learning from us, but when you draw the line is that you're just not of our people. You're not a part of this. And that's when the hate come in. You know, they know exactly what we're talking about. They wish they had the glory. They wish they had the covenant, the promises. They wish they was the chosen, you know? And they're listening. And they know. But then the line is drawn, and they know they can't make it because they're Edomites, you know? And so that's when the hate comes, you know?
A lot of that, those secrets, the secrets that the leaks know, man, it gets leaked, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it leaks down on the lesser Edomites, man. And they start to get whiff of those are really the chosen people, man. You know.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why you had this back in history. Ezra chapter 4, right to the point, verse 2, says, "Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, Let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither."
Basically, that's what these so-called Edomite Christians say to us now, man. You know, they think they have a spiritual Israelite. You know, they think they have some part of the covenant, man.
Can't build with us.
You know, can't build with us, man. You don't have to. You're not part of that royal seed line.
Right.
That's it.
Let's slow more on this. It says, "For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God, and the image of his goodness." Notice it said the unspotted mirror, the power of the Most High. So that's what you can't see it, but it's there. You know, you can feel it, you know, but you can't grab it, you know. Yeah, it's like the wind. We know that it's wind blowing because we're a little chilly. It got little nips. You know, every little breeze come by, we feel it, but we can't see the wind. That's wisdom, man.
Hey, and two, right? The fact that it said what? Old head.
Disco.
And you know
know what? That's the spirit. That's the spirit. He's listening to an old song, but that's no wisdom. You know, none of that right now. The Lord is looking forward to that type of music. The real music is the scriptures, man. You know? That's that rock you to sleep. That's that rock you to sleep shit, man.
No, it's that feel good shit. But look, right? How it said the unspotted mirror, right? Think about that, the unspotted mirror. Usually a person getting the mirror, you know, you want to check out how you looking, how your hair looking, your facial features. But a mirror sometimes has smudge marks on it. She's like, hold on, let me clear this mirror up real quick. I ain't looking. Let me clear this mirror up. Nah, this mirror right here, it ain't no speck. It ain't no whatever you see that's ugly in there means you tainted.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because this mirror is unspotted.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with this mirror.
Right.
It's putting the mirror on your ass.
Right.
Get right. You know what I mean?
we represent the Lamb without blemish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the Lord looked for perfection, man. The Most High himself is perfect. So, of course, he had Yahawashi come and be perfect. But then now what? He want us to be perfect, man. You know? And we're going to be perfect in a natural way. Through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. We don't need microchips. We don't need AI intelligence, technology. You know, we're going to be able to fly. Brother's going to be able to just lift up right now and just take the fuck off in the heavens, man. Just lift up and take off, man. You know?
Yeah, because like we the Lord's woman. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, you get a woman. I mean, you want to bring her to your level. You know what I'm saying? We are not on the Lord's level yet. You know what I'm saying? Hence, we're not delivered. So what, we got to go through the tribulation, the purification phase in order for us to be on this, we're not even going to be on this level, but for us to be even to appear before him. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same way with a woman. You're not going to take her out in public if she ain't up to par just yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the same way with the Lord and us.
Hey, the Most High is going to make our frequencies be at a frequency where the other nations can't be. It's like now these frequencies he wished he could get into. That's why they taking DMT, taking a certain drugs and shit like that. You know, so they can tap into the spirit realm and think they can learn something. You know, but guess what? We're gonna be at the frequency that's perfect, man. You know how they say we use 10% of our brain, and we, you know, the movie Lucy. You know, if she used 100% of her brain, well, we're gonna be able to do that and more, man. Hey, the Most High gonna make us so perfect that we're gonna be able to go to a different planet, man, and vibrate on a level there. That's powerful, man. That's powerful, man.
We're going to have to actually open our mouths and communicate with one another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful, man.
And he's so ambitious he can do that, and he tends to do it by way of his technology. Because you could be saying, like, oh, like, I want to watch Black Mirror, right? So you want to watch Black Mirror, because it's happening early.
Yeah.
Or like, I want to watch Black Mirror. You turn on Netflix, now they advertising Black Mirror. You know what I'm saying, on your TV screen. Or if you're saying you listen to this song, and all of a sudden the next song, Pandora play, is that song you say you want to listen to. So Esau attempts to like read our minds by just by watching us. Without watching us. You feel what I'm saying? Like that
listening to you all the time.
right, but he's not able to do how brother may be thinking of a scripture and another brother bringing it out. He's unable to do that because he's carnal.
Hey, another thing I want to say too is that you got to understand the power that the Most High is going to give us, brothers, because when we able to get to a different planet, all the planets not orbit around the sun. All the planets not orbit around the moon. So you're going to have a different type of vibration, tough skin. You're going to have be an element that can actually survive upon that type of planet, man. You know? And that's the power the Most High going to give us, man. You know? Yahawashi spoke about many mansions, you know?
Revelation chapter 3, verse 25. But that which he hath already holds to our company, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, will I give power on the nation.
You know, so we hold fast and win this fight here upon Earth. We're gonna have the whole galaxy and more, man. You know, hey, this is all the test just for Earth. We're earthly vessels right now. We're gonna be more than Earth, man. You know, when you check out the cartoon Broly, or you talk about the Super Saiyans, whenever they start charging up, pieces of the rock start coming up. That gravity, man. You talk about a charge. You talking about charge up. You know. 0 to 100.
Yeah, electricity be coming off quick too. Hey, that goes to show like sometimes you can shock something, man. But all that electricity and all that gonna be revealed within us, man. We ain't gonna be nothing to fuck with, man.
Hey, and, overcoming, man, is overcoming that not getting hurt by that second death, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Bring out last,
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50. It says, "Now I say this, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Neither does corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed."
So that shows you the power in which the Lord can just like that, and that's the end of your world, Esau. So this is the power that you going to go against. This is the power that you are going against, man. Where he said in the twinkle of an eye, we're going to be changed. There's nothing that the Lord can't do. There's nothing impossible. So at the very end, for the elect to be saved, every hair on their head, and just to be changed, still be alive, but just changed into a body in a celestial form, into the chariots. That's power, man. Power. That's power. And all this, that's why the scriptures talk about all this that we go through, it's a light affliction. It doesn't compare to what the glory that we're going to receive, man. Because this is, look, Yahawashi looking like, man, you can get through this. This ain't nothing, you know? Compared to what you about to receive, man. So just stick through. Don't let nobody take your crown, which the crown represents salvation, man.
Sure.
You know?
And the scriptures also tell you, the Lord won't put you through anything that you're not capable of handling.
Right.
You know? And so it's all given from the Lord anyway, and this scripture proves it. My last one. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. It says, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin with us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" And here's the point. "Wherefore, let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High." So according to the will of the Most High. "Let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit to the keeping of their souls to Him in well-doing."
Locked in. Locked out.
as unto a faithful
Creator.
Salakia, you ever been locked outside your house? You know what I'm saying? Coming home, middle of the night, you locked out. It's a shame. It's a shame. You know, you got neighbors looking at you. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame. I feel embarrassed. Like, damn, I can't even get inside my own house.
And that's, you know, I keep going on, but that, you know, his brother, he said, you know, climbing up some other way. That's these false prophets, man. Trying to climb up some other way into the house. If you ain't coming through the front door, you can't come in at all, man. You know, ain't no going through the windows in the back, you know, in the back.
Somebody gonna call the cops on your ass.
yeah, with that was a perfect scripture to end on. You know what I mean? Put the seal and deal on that bad boy. But yeah, with that, you know, we just hope the segment was edifying. You know, brothers just stay strong. You know what I'm saying? We definitely almost home, man. Definitely almost home. We gotta constantly put up the prayers, keep striving for perfection. You know what I'm saying? And Lord willing, may the Lord have mercy upon us, you know, for doing His will and not our own will, you know?
Right.
So with that, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Number one is the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and Shalom to elect up there doing His work of faith and labor, love, and true sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Lock in.